Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I know I've been gone for a couple of weeks, but I'm back. I was sick for the last couple of weeks, so I didn't really feel like doing anything. It's the beginning of May, so I gotta wrap up and tell you what I read in April. So I read a total of 4 books, so I didn't read a whole lot. I almost made my TBR. Really close. Did enjoy everything that I read this month. It was a very good reading month, so I should probably just get started, right? Tell you what I read in the month of April. Would you like to know? You probably do. That's why you're sitting here watching this video right now. You're saying, Jordan, get to it. Tell me what you read in April. And I'm going to right now. So the first book that I read this month was Dorothy Must Die by Danielle Paige. I enjoyed this book. I think I probably gave it like a 4 out of 5 stars. It was absolutely nothing like anything that I thought it was going to be about. I didn't really know anything about it going into it, so I don't know what my expectations really were. It is a retelling of Wizard of Oz. Kind of after Dorothy has already done her thing in Oz, she goes back to Kansas. She finds a way back to Oz. Has been in Oz for several years at this point when our new protagonist, Amy, gets swept off to Oz in obviously a tornado, because how else are you going to get to Oz other than a tornado? Amy lands in Oz. It is absolutely nothing like what we see in The Wizard of Oz. It is desolate. It is completely run down. It is just in a complete state of like poverty. Amy's mission is, well, I mean, it says it right on the back what Amy's mission is. So you would think that the story would focus on this mission a little bit more, but you don't really hear about this mission until like the last chapter of the book. The whole like pretense of the story up until like that last chapter is kind of like misleading almost. Like you think you're going in this direction, you think the story's going this way, and then all of a sudden it's like, no. I didn't like that it took so long for just the story to get going, because it wasn't like world building up until then, or like explain anything about what happened in Oz previously. You just kind of get dumped in Oz with no background as to what happened that made it this way, or how Dorothy got back to Oz. I'm really excited to read the prequels. There's 3 prequels for this series, as well as the sequel just came out at the end of March. If it's going to tell me a little bit more about Dorothy, because I want to know how she becomes our villain. She's, you know, the hero of the story. I'm really excited to see where the story goes, because it ended off on a really good note. Once we finally like got into the action of the story and a little bit more information was revealed, I'm excited to see where this goes. It's going to be, I think, a good series. After I finished Dorothy Must Die, I picked up Lola and the Boy Next Door by Stephanie Perkins. This is the 2nd book in the Anna and the French Kiss series, and I freaking loved this. It was so cute. It was so heart-wrenching. It was just as adorable as Anna and the French Kiss. I don't know what people are thinking when they say that this isn't as good. I loved it just as much. Maybe Anna and St. Clair's relationship was a little bit more my style, a little bit more something I would enjoy to read, but she can't write the exact same love story. Main character Lola, who has the boyfriend, rocker, drummer, band, dangerous boy. He's much older than she is, and then this kid from her childhood moves back into her neighborhood and kind of stirs up all of these memories and feelings, and Cricket is so cute. I mean, he's such a sweet boy. I'm like, Lola, this boy is so much better than Max in every single way. Just go out with him. Stop wasting your time with that other guy. He's not worth it. Not worth your time. I liked Lola. I thought she was super quirky. I thought she was just super cute. She was very different. She just kind of lived her own life, and she didn't really care what anyone else had to say about the way she dressed or looked or anything, and I loved that about her. I gave this book, I think, a 5 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. I cannot wait until I can get Isla and the Happily Ever After and see what happens in that story, because we do see Anna and St. Clair in this story, so I'm assuming we're going to see Anna, St. Clair, Lola, and Cricket in the last story, and I want to know how all their lives are going to be interwoven together. How are they all going to be friends? If you like cutesy contemporary romances, they're funny. I laughed out loud. There's so much of this book. I was dying laughing because they're just funny, and their inner dialogue in their head is just so funny. So then after I finished Lola and the Boy Next Door, I wanted to re-enter this world because I'd heard so many good things about this 3rd book and how wonderful it was, so I decided to pick up Cress by Marissa Meyer. I have mixed feelings about this book. It wasn't like a bad book, it just took me a really long time to read. The first 2 books in the series I read within like 2 to 3 days. This book took me like over a week to read. It was really hard for me to get into. It took me like a third of the book to get into it, to want to like pick it up to read it. I was shocked by that because like I said, loved the first 2 books so much. So I don't know if it just was a little bit slower. Kind of didn't like Cress as much. She was really kind of naive, and I didn't like her whole like obsession with romance and Thorn and having this like amazing love story. Kind of got on my nerves a little bit. I like Scarlet and Cinder's characters better, but I liked Thorn. Once the end came and they like started getting into their plot, I was gripped and hooked. I did enjoy this book. It was a bit slow for me to begin with. I did eventually really get into it though, so I wouldn't say it's my favorite book like a lot of other people who really enjoyed the series think that this is the best one. I think Scarlet was still my favorite so far. I really enjoyed Scarlet. I'm super excited for winter. Levana interests me so much, and this ended so wonderfully. And I just want to know more about Levana. She's just so fascinating, right? No? Yes? And then the last book I read this month, I didn't really want to start another series, so I picked up my first Rainbow Rowell book. I picked up Eleanor Park. It was really different from what I was anticipating. It takes place in the 80s, and I love the 80s. I was super excited that it took place in 1986 because that just like made me so happy. I thought that Park and Eleanor had like the weirdest relationship ever. There were so many faults and issues in their relationship, but yet it worked for them, and my mind doesn't understand how it worked for them because they have like a lot of issues. I think I liked Park more than I liked Eleanor. Eleanor kind of got on my nerves a little bit because she was just always so about herself. I mean, like a self-pity party for herself a lot of the time. It was sad though. It was sad. It wasn't like Fault in Our Stars sad, but I still felt really bad for the main characters. But the ending kind of left you on like a slightly more positive note. I know this is coming out as a movie too, which is partly why I wanted to read it. The character in this book named Maisie, and my cat is named Maisie, and I didn't like Maisie in the book. I like my cat. I was happy that there was a person named Maisie. So those were the 4 books that I had gotten to in April, and I did read 2 slightly larger books. Tell me what your favorite book was that you read in April. I mean, they were all very good. I enjoyed all of them. They were all either 4 or 5 stars for me, and I would recommend any of the books that I read this month. Look out for my May TBR because that should be coming up very soon. But until next time, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye! It's so sunny outside. It's pretty. It's pretty. What the hell? Yeah. Say goodbye to white picket fences. Say hello to palm trees and Benzes. A little bit warm sitting here, so I should probably just get started, right? Why am I talking in this accent? I don't even know. I have this really annoying cough. I think annoying is like the most understated word I could have chosen. I sound like a foghorn, or a dying goose, or a seal, or like I'm trying to mate with ducks. I don't even know. A dog barking. I don't want to get a billion different shots in my back of things that are gonna make me itchy. No thank you. It's like, yes please. Filming a video?
Oh. Am I in it now?
Yeah.
I came with cookies.
What kind of cookies are those?
They're gooey butter cookies.
They look like pineapple slices.
No.
Really? What's wrong?
What? I went and saw your ancestors today. They were sleeping.
What do you want from me? You're stepping on my cookies.
No, my cookies. And then I bought another shirt, and it's got a cat on it. Soft kitty, warm kitty, little ball of fur. Happy kitty, sleepy kitty, purr, purr, purr.
Is that a spoiler? Should I have said that? There's an official cover now for winter. There's an official release date for winter, and I can't wait. For the most part, caught up on a lot of my series that that's not even halfway true. Have a wonderful day.